So let's say you and your family are given $10 billion. What are you going to do with it? Is there a community need that you can help with? These questions were being asked by some of our world's wealthiest individuals. Where's an opportunity or avenue that they could help? Today I'll share how the Giving Pledge began, its potential growth or fallout, and one local tie and benefit that we have to the pledge. The Giving Pledge began to set a new standard of generosity among the wealthy. From the GivingPledge.org website in 2010, 40 of America's wealthiest gathered in New York City for a private dinner held by Bill and Melinda Gates and Warren Buffett. These philanthropists pledged to begin giving money to help some of society's biggest issues. The goal was to get a commitment or pledge from the world's wealthiest individuals and families to give away more than half of their wealth to causes including poverty alleviation, refugee aid, disaster relief, global health, education, women and girls empowerment, medical research, arts and culture, criminal justice reform, and environmental sustainability. Now, one of the givers, Mohamed Dewji of Tanzania, the president of CEO and METL Group, was quoted by CNBC saying that when God blesses you financially, don't raise your standard of living, but raise your standard of giving. The Giving Pledge represents a potentially game-changing force in philanthropy. The Giving Pledge seemed as though it would change philanthropic giving as we knew it. The problem is there's little evidence that the foundation has actually truly done this. The Giving Pledge is a moral commitment, not a legally binding one. It is a simple proposition, encouraging more of the world's wealthiest people to commit to giving the majority of their wealth to charitable causes and philanthropy. While no one questions the good intentions behind the Giving Pledge, the most frequently heard criticism is that no one holds the donors accountable. The donations are kept in private, and so there's little data on who is giving and how much they are giving. It is reported that Philanthropy News Digest that by 2012, 90 families had already signed on to the Giving Pledge, but the new signees had really slowed down. As of May 2019, there were only 204 pledgers to date. Also, based on the net worth of the givers, they aren't living up to their giving standards. What I mean is that their net worth are growing, which means they aren't giving at least half of their money like they had pledged. Benjamin Soskis, quoted by the Philanthropy Digest, is a historian of philanthropy and is quoted saying that the Giving Pledge represents you get the benefit of publicity, but without the accountability. The Giving Pledge may not be as successful as initially wanted, but our community has one of its own signing the pledge. According to Tulsa World staff writer Mike Averill, the Tulsa billionaire George Kaiser signed the Giving Pledge in 2010. At the time of signing the pledge, Kaiser said he was leading the effort to intervene in generational poverty. Philanthropic efforts by Kaiser and Oilman and chairman of BOK Financial Corporation have extended beyond early childhood development to issues such as community health, clean energy, women in the criminal justice system, and the Arkansas River development. The Tulsa World reported Kaiser's foundation spent $50 million on land acquisition and over $125 million for the first phase of a gathering place of Tulsa, a world-class park along Riverside Drive. In the beginning, I had you imagine if you were giving $10 billion. Would you take part in the Giving Pledge? Do you think that one has to be a billionaire to give back to their community? I will leave you with this quote by Stelios Haji Ayanu, a signer of the pledge and founder of EasyJet. My belief is that nobody has a monopoly on good charitable ideas, and the problems in our world will never go away. So we have to keep helping within our means forever. CNBC.